God is great, gave us the chocolate cake, was often a quote you could hear at my house growing up. And I brought you into this world, I can take you out and make another one look just like you. Was another quote my dad really liked saying around the house. And lastly, if pregnancy was mentioned, push it up, pull it up, way up, was another quote you could hear often in our house. These are all quotes by a man who has quick lines, well-animated stories, an enlightening show, personal views on life that made a huge impression on the American home. What would the world be without Bill, or otherwise known as Bill Cosby, born as William Henry Cosby Jr. on July 12, 1937, according to biography.com. His characteristics of joy, laughter, genuineness, and leadership are shown through my three main points. His life lessons are relatable. He is admirable for the fact that he gives back to the community, and he shows that laughter is in fact the best medicine. My first main point is the fact that his life stories are relatable. So on his show that he had, which was a very popular show in the late 80s, early 90s, is called The Cosby Show, written by him and starring himself. This show took place with a character named Dr. Huxtable, which was played by Bill Cosby. He had 4 kids and a wife. The wife was a lawyer, and the doctor was an OBGYN. So in this episode, Theo is in trouble for having all D's in all his classes, and Dr. Huxtable must approach him in regards to this situation. So Theo's response to it is the fact that it's alright, he's got it under control kind of thing, and the fact that he doesn't want to be a lawyer or a doctor, he wants to do what he calls normal or regular person jobs. These sort of jobs, he thinks as being, you know, someone who pumps gas, and he'd have a nice little apartment or something to that effect. To teach him a lesson, Dr. Huxtable chooses to use a monopoly board with fake money and teaches Theo how much money he'd be getting and how much would be going out. By the end of the episode, he doesn't really tell Theo that he shouldn't look at life that way and not want to be a doctor or a lawyer, but he says to him, I love you and I want you to try your hardest, do your best is all I ask. And this is a very relatable point in the fact that many Americans were going through the same thing. Parents were looking at their kids wanting to do more than what the kid might be doing. The kid might be looking at the parents and saying, you know, what Theo was saying. So it was a great way for African American families and white American families of any race actually in America to look at as an example. My second main point is that the fact that he gives back to the community. Bill Cosby has an estimated worth of $500 billion, according to biography.com. He was often found giving talks to students, telling them that they should dream. So he would give the talks to students from similar areas that he grew up in, such as the Philadelphia projects, which is a very poor part of the city. According to Goodreads.com, he is quoted as saying, in order to succeed, your desire for success should be greater than your fear of failure. And this is a lesson that he would teach to the students. Like many students in areas such as Philadelphia projects, he wasn't very academic. He dropped out having learned that he would have to repeat a grade. And he found that he should persevere. His success is not giving up and getting back up if you fell down, having that desire to strive with you and drive you. So one thing he teaches his students is he may have not gotten the education or gotten back up with the education, but he did in fact persevere in his goal to become a comedian. He had several comedians that he was very inspired by, but they would often talk about race. So in order to change and become more popular, and become a better comedian, he ended up using life stories, which were very relatable by the American public. And again, this just shows his perseverance of becoming a comedian. My third point is segmented by the fact that you don't need to just succeed as Bill Cosby shows, but you also need to laugh. So according to ScienceDaily.com, patients relieve stress and heal using laughter. This has been shown. So it just shows to prove that laughter is the best medicine. My third point is the fact that Bill Cosby is not only a doctor on screen on the Bill Cosby Show, or the Cosby Show, but he's also a doctor off screen as a comedian. Making people laugh, he is a doctor of medicine, or a doctor of laughter. He is able to make people laugh and heal and make you feel like you're not the only one in the world, and his stories make you feel like you can laugh them off, move on, pick up your pieces, and persevere, and hopefully give back to somebody else. So again, my three main points that I hope you take away from this is the fact that his relatable life lessons should inspire you and make you feel like you're not the only one. He should also inspire you in the fact that he gives back to his community, and a reminder that laughter is the best medicine. So make sure you tell a couple jokes and have some good laughs. Thank you!